get this position because it's just not. All right, there, excuse me. I wanted to do this video so much earlier, but the weather today was fantastic, and I just slept all day because I've been needing to do that. I hope my audio is good because I'm charging my phone. I can't make this video very long because I have to be to work at 4, and it's like 20 after 3 now. I don't know that anybody's going to catch up and watch. I don't know who I'm going to see. I don't know. It is what it is, but I get used later. And the reason I wanted to do this video is because I feel like a broken record. Now, I don't know that anybody that I talked to last night is going to end up watching or whatnot, but people are curious. And rather than being curious and coming here to find out, they want to ask me. Yes, I'm trying to be big on YouTube. I don't want to be a big guy like PewDiePie or Markiplier or any of those guys. I'm not going to do a gaming channel. I like to get up to a point where Cheap RVing is, but I don't even need to get there. I'd like to get to the point where I have 10,000 subscribers, a good amount of watch time, and I'm able to make a living on mainly AdSense of about $1,000 a month. If I made $1,000 a month, I could do what the purpose of living in the van is, which is to travel the country. I don't want to be stuck in New Jersey, and I have some ideas that if at the end of the summer things are going to change, regardless if I do my other plan. Yes, I do have another plan. My other plan is to try to get my Class A CDL and go travel the country that way, because this way it hasn't been cost effective and nobody seems to want to get onto it. Yes, I'm very thankful for where my YouTube channel is. I'm going to keep doing my YouTube channel because I'm so thankful for my fans, my subscribers, my friends, my family. I love you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. However, I feel like a broken record because people see the vehicle and they're like, what's that on the side of it? I'm like, well, what do you think it is? I mean, what's it say? Can you read? I find myself answering the same questions over and over and over. How do you shower? Well, I have a gravity bag, and I've just ordered this shower that'll actually sit in my 5-gallon bucket, so it's battery powered. I like that thing. I think it's a great idea. The gravity bag is cool, but it doesn't work for all purposes. I cannot stand in my van, but you could, which is then another problem. But the drainage system, I can work it in here, and the lower I have to be down in order to be able to get a shower, the bigger the problem is. How do I poop? I use a bucket, but I generally try to use public facilities as much as possible. I'm more likely to be on the beach using the shower that they give you, a little bit of soap, nobody knows. And I use biodegradable soaps just because I'm in tune with the environment, because I spend so much time in it. I came to this spot to do this stream because I like this spot. I actually usually right where that truck is there, but everybody's busy fishing. But I like this spot because I get a sunset, and that's there. What you see is one of the fingers from Avalon, and and that's just a summertime thing because it's the sunrise sunset is an east-west thing. Now over there, it's actually a little bit more to the right, but it's underneath the Avalon Boulevard, and like this spot because I like to park under bridges in the summertime. I don't mind it so much in the winter, but I like to park under bridges because the shade from the bridge keeps it cooler in the vehicle, because being in direct sunlight gets very hot in here very quick. And while I'm working on some cooling situations, they're not necessarily as good. Now, the idea of living in the van is to not just a full view to wake up to and go to sleep to, and I see some amazing, but I'm also into hiking. I'm into kayaking. I'm into doing store activities. So this way is very good for me. I can get myself out on the back bay. Now, I have a hole in my kayak and I have to repair it. And I didn't get the opportunity to in the last couple of days because I've been sleeping all day, so that just isn't working. Plus, I don't want to get up there because it's so windy today. There's a couple other projects that I'm working on that are bettering of my vehicle, so it's a little bit of a mess in here. I'm not going to do a tour because I'm not ready for the tour. I haven't changed enough stuff. There is a tour on this channel. Actually, there's multiple tours because I've been doing this for 4 years. I don't mind it. I've done the kind of life that the majority of the rest of you are doing. And when I say the majority, you are working to pay bills, to live in a house so that you can be bound by that. I did that and I wasn't satisfied. I am satisfied with this lifestyle. There's just one thing missing, and that's really a companion to share this lifestyle with. that'll come when it's time. I find that it's so difficult for people to be able to understand why I do this around here, that the idea of someone doing it with me is just completely benign. I'm not worried about it. I'm not really looking for somebody right now. I mean, yeah, I'm looking for a piece every once in a while because, man needs that. But I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on my life and the things that I'm doing with my life. And for the most part, what I'm doing is, resituating and living in the van, because last summer I was actually staying with a girl and that completely screwed me up because I didn't want to be doing that. I wanted to be living in the van. But the reason why I left her was not because I wasn't satisfied living in the house. I left her because I wasn't satisfied with the way that she wanted to do things, and she wanted full control on everything, and I can't live that way. That's not how it should be. It should be 50-50 at least. If it's not going to be 50-50, it should be 60-40 in my favor. But that isn't how she wanted to live. So fine, she wanted 100% in her direction, and that meant that if it was 100% in her direction, I was going the other way. So I did. Now I'm moving back into the vehicle, and yeah, I've been in the vehicle for about 5 months. Look at that, there's a ferry coming through. I hope they get up here in time. I'll actually do the thing. But I like I said, I like to do this stuff. I like to get out on the water, and I don't mind being with the other people that are on the water, even though they all have motors on their boats. I prefer to do it the more active way and put a little bit more work into it. I get a lot more. Plus, I'm allowed to operate a kayak while I'm intoxicated, and you can't do that on other boats. So I enjoy that. I also am into hiking, and you're not going to find a whole lot of hiking in Cape May, but as I get my things together, and I got my tires yesterday, they were really holding me back. The problem I have is, while I talk about, your life, I don't know how much you spend to live, but I know it's a lot more than I do. Part of what I enjoy with this lifestyle is my bills are a total of $80 a month. I try to work a job where I can at least work 2-3 days a week, sometimes 5 days a week, and each one of those days pays my bill for the month, so I can get that far ahead every month. My problem is I'm so far behind now because for the past 2 years I've had to spend money on other things. Last year I was spending money on living with this girl, and all my money was going to that, so not any of my money was going into the vehicle. So I had to repair the vehicle. There's some things that it needs, but anyone who thinks that 159,000 miles is high mileage is full of it. I do not currently have ASE certifications. They are expired because I haven't worked in the automotive industry for a couple of years now. But I was triple ASE certified. That was in light trucks, parts, and diesel. I don't still do that because it's not really my ideal thing. But if you think 159,000 miles is high mileage, that's because you're listening to your parents or your grandparents. And yes, 50 years ago, even 40 years ago, 159,000 miles was high mileage. But I am now driving a vehicle that's designed to do 500,000 miles without major repairs. Major repairs include changing a transmission, a head gasket, having to rebuild the bottom end of the motor. Yes, I do have some problems, and my biggest problem ultimately is a rear main seal. The problem with that is the transmission or motor has to be pulled out, and in a van, that means going up on a lift and dropping it out from underneath in order to do it. It makes it into a $2,000 job, and it's really just like a $35 part. I'm not going to do it. I don't leak so much oil. That's the problem, and I use synthetic oil, so it just is. I'm going to ride it out until I either get a new vehicle or this one needs it. In the meantime, oh yeah, let's check out that boat since I'm sitting here. It's one of those tour boats. It says it's called the Starfish. Got a lot of people on top, but I hope they're partying, because it's no fun if you don't party. But yeah, so I sit out here and I watch the boat by the spot. I did want to work on my mermaid for the mermaid today, but it didn't happen. I slept instead. It wasn't what I wanted to do, but what I want to do isn't always what I do. I haven't been sleeping a whole lot lately, so being able to sleep was definitely good for me. All right, so that said, the things that I do all the time, the way that I live my life, I try not to push the whole van thing. Another thing I really want to touch down on, the people who know this, they approach me and they want to know how the van is. It's just weird to me because I'm like, do people approach you and you're like, hey, how's your house doing? You know, is that how your friends treat you? Or they're like, hey, how's your car doing? I don't get that. Nobody did that with me until I moved into the vehicle. Now all of a sudden in the vehicle, they're like, how's it doing? I'm like, well, day to day, it doesn't break. The things that it needs, it doesn't necessarily always need. Hello, viewer, how you doing? This is really just a quick thing. I do get into the wildlife out here, and I enjoy it here. This is actually one of my favorite spots. I don't like to sleep on the island because I'm always in the sun. Anyway, I do have to get myself to work, and I have to change my pants in order to do so because I don't like the pants that I'm wearing. They're not presentable, and I'm working the door tonight, so it is what it is. I had kind of a rough night last night. I'm in a better mood today, so I'm hoping that that'll transfer and everybody's in a better mood today. I did get a kiss from a lovely lady yesterday, and I can't complain. And I didn't have to ask for it. I didn't ask for it, but it is what it is. I wish I could have left with her, but I left like 3 hours later, and that's just how my night goes. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. You're not here yet, and on the live stream you're not going to get the closing sequence that I'm going to put in just for my own benefit. So if I edit this, or when I edit this, or when I get to the point of putting an end screen on it, it's already there. If you enjoyed this and you want to see how you can win one of 3 rings, you can check out the videos popping up right now. Or if you want to see what I'm like when I'm angry, you can check out the video over there. As always, guys, I want you to like the video, subscribe, and I really, really, really want to thank you for watching and thank you for your time. I really enjoy you and appreciate you. I'll see everybody later. Goodbye. Come see me at work.